So I got a little curveball for you because I want to ask about the defense right now. Stanford has a really good tight end, so I'm just curious, how improved have you seen the defense against your position group over the course of the offseason and the start of this year?
I've seen a lot. I think that was a big emphasis for them going into this year. And I mean, it's tough to like schematically know how different it is, not being on that side of the ball. So I'm not really knowing what they're trying to do. But I mean, just when we're out there, I feel like they know what they're doing pretty much all the time. So when we go against teams that have good tight ends or teams that use a lot of tight ends, I feel pretty confident. I mean, I always feel confident when our defense is out there, but especially when they bring the bigger personnel as well.
Do you get a little excited when it happens to be a team with another good tight end out there?
Yeah, I do, but not for the reason that you're thinking. I think because a lot of our guys that are, on scout team get a lot more involved, like get the younger guys some run on the other side of the field. So after the first day, when I heard they were running 13 personnel most of the day, fired me up a little bit, just to know that they were doing that down there. So it was pretty cool to hear.
And how do you feel about the state of your game at this point?
I feel good. I feel like it's progressing. I feel like I got a lot better from the first game to the second game, and I plan to get better this game and stay on that trajectory. But I think where I'm at this year and where I was at last year are two way different places. So I'm happy with that, and I just hope to keep progressing.
What has Stanford shown you on film defensively? Obviously, it's a new staff, so did you have to go back to maybe the Wisconsin film from the assistants at that time, the way the offensive guys went to the Sacramento State film?
Yeah, I mean, we watched everything, whether it's the scheme or whether it's the actual players. But I mean, I played Stanford last year. I know they got some good players over there. They got some athletic dudes. So, I mean, anyone that we play is going to be a good team. So, we're gonna come out going 100%. I know they got some good players over there, so I'm excited to match up with them.
And I know we kind of ask you this every year, but what is your level of optimism as you move through this season that the tight ends are gonna be kind of a more featured role in the pass game, where there's those kinds of opportunities there?
I mean, I'm always optimistic about it. I feel like I just said, where we were last year and where we are now are two different places, and I definitely see that role keep continuing to grow. So I'm very optimistic about it. I mean, I think that we are in a much different spot than we are last year, so I'm excited about that.
So you also get to do a little work in the H-back role. So I just got to ask, big catch or big block? What's your favorite thing to do out there?
I mean, it's hard not to say big catch, but big block feels great too. I mean, if you are blocking and you feel the run spring right behind you, I mean, that's a great feeling. It's hard to choose. I'll choose either one. Either one's a great feeling.
And then just one last thing. What are the signs of maturity that you've seen on this team? You guys have a lot of spotlight. You have huge goals this year. How are you guys handling all that as you move week through week?
I think one of the things that Coach Riley and the older guys or the leaders in the team say is we don't listen to the outside noise. We have everything we need in these walls. So we don't really care about the spotlight or anything. We're going to do us regardless. All that talk about rankings and stuff doesn't really matter to the end of the year anyway. So we're not worried about that kind of stuff. We're just playing our game every week.
Awesome. Thanks, Lake.